Hello guys, in today's video we are going to see how to use Prisma with MySQL to create and to consume many-to-many relationships. I'm using Visual Studio Code here, and I have created an empty folder for our project here. So now I'm going to Prisma.io website, and we are going to do this quick start here and start from scratch, as we are starting from scratch, and choosing the relational database. Now, as we are using MySQL, we are going to select MySQL here, and we'll keep TypeScript selected here, as the tutorial is going to be in TypeScript. So before you start, you'll need to have NodeJS installed. You'll need to have a NodeJS installed on your machine and the MySQL database server running. If you don't know how to set up MySQL server, or you don't have it, you can go to my previous video. I'll put a link somewhere here, so you'll be able to follow the procedure from to start from scratch with the MySQL database server and MySQL workbench. So right now I'll skip this step here, and we are going to follow these steps here. So we need to create a new folder that I already did, and just go to the change directory to this folder that you already created. So this is our starting point. And right now we're going to init node package manager, npm file for this project here. Hitting Control and backtick, I'm opening a terminal here, or you can do it by just going with the mouse here and pulling this up. So now npm init here, and we have this package.json here. So that's the first starting point. Right now we are going to install Prisma, TypeScript, and the TS node, as we need this TS node here to be able to run TypeScript on Node. And we are going to save this as development. Okay, copying this, pasting here the command, hitting enter. And while we are waiting, one note here, maybe if you are not able to run TypeScript node from your machine after doing this, you would need to install the TypeScript node globally. So this is something that happened to me earlier, so just as a note for you. Okay, going back, and we have a package and TypeScript tsconf JSON files. Now we are going to invoke Prisma by typing npx Prisma here. Okay, so we don't have Prisma anything here, and we are going to init Prisma here. So paste npx Prisma init, and now we are getting this folder here with Prisma, called Prisma, with schema.prisma here. So also .env file has been created here, and I'm going just to show you how to connect this with your database to be able to proceed with this tutorial. Okay, just after we did this, I'm going to show you how to do this in MySQL workbench that I already mentioned. So when I opened MySQL workbench here, I'm going to create a new schema here, schema, and I'll call it, let's say, many, just to have something here. Okay, apply, finish. And now we have to go to the administration. We have to go to user and privileges, and I have this Prisma test user with this username and password that you're going to create. Account limits, administrative roles. You have to add roles here to this user if you don't have it, to be able to create databases and everything with the Prisma. And also you can just add another, as I have. Okay, add another. I will just select our new schema here, and that is many-to-many schema here. Okay, and I'm just going to select all here and apply. So this user or Prisma test is going to be able to access our many-to-many database here and do the things we need. After we did that, we're going to our here .n file to do some setup. And now, as we're using MySQL, first of all, we have to change MySQL here, to add MySQL here. And we're going to add a database, actually a user. And a password that I created. So that user has this password. And it's running a local host, and as we are running MySQL, the port is going to be 3306, and the database is going to be what is the name of database? Okay, many-to-many. Okay, we hit save, control save or command save, depends on your system. And now we are going to schema.prisma. We keep everything here except this. As we are in MySQL, we have to change provider to MySQL. Okay, and that's it. We have we did a setup here for our Prisma schema and database connection here. Right now, we are going to create tables in our database. So this is the part that is going to be where we create many-to-many relationships between our tables. So watch carefully. Okay, let's say that we want to create employees and some working positions for them. So to have some kind of system to watch who is working on which position. So we are going to create here module. Let's call it employees, and we're going to add ID, which is integer, and we'll add this at ID, and ID has to be unique to be able to create many-to-many relationships, as the relationships are looking for IDs that are unique. And at default, we'll say that auto increment. Okay, this is it for ID, and we'll add just employee name to string at db varchar. Let's see, up to 128. You never know. Okay, now, and I'll add some extra fields here that I like to add that are created at. And this created at is date type, date time. And at default, we'll add that is now. So at the moment of creation, the created at will be added here. And also another one is updated at. So we want to know when something changed here on some of our employees. Date time as well, and I will use updated at directive. So, and updated. Sorry, typo. Updated at, and this is for employees. And now we are going to create working positions, and after that we'll create connections. So model working positions, and we'll add as well ID, and I'll just copy this. Okay, we have both of them have the same structure here. until this step. So here, to create a connection between these two tables, we're just going to add the following, let's say working positions that we need here. That is going to be type of working positions as array, and working positions need to have employees. Here, type of employees array. And now we can see that there is no errors, and we are now able to init this database, actually to allow to say Prisma to generate these tables and connections to them for us. So I'll hit Control Save, and now in our terminal we're just going to type npx Prisma migrate dev, and we'll add a name, let's say relationships in it. That would be a name for our migration. Okay, and now we can see that everything is going well, and the connection is successful, and we have generated we have created this migration here. And when you open this migration SQL, you'll see whole SQL code here. So this is it. We have created our table employees, we have created table working positions, and we have this many-to-many relationship table here that contains our working positions and employees all together here, with the references with fortune keys, as you can see. So this is it from the side of schema and everything doing here. After doing this, we can go to we can do something here. Right now I'm going to create a Seed.ts file here that we are going to use to fill our database and to read the data and to demonstrate the process of creating connections between the between our tables there. So right click here, new file, let's call it Seed.ts, you can call it whatever you want. And now in that Seed.ts file, let's say that first of all we have to use Prisma. So we are saying const Prisma client equals require, and at Prisma client, and that's it. So we're calling Prisma client, and now const Prisma equals new Prisma client. So Prisma client. What's going on with typos today? And now, okay. First of all, as we have as the table is empty, I'll just call we'll get our working positions from our table. So let's say const get working positions equals and async function. Okay, and now we'll add a try catch block, try something, catch error, console for now. So this is just for testing purposes, to be able to see if error occurs, to be able to see it in a terminal. Okay, and now what are we trying to do? Let's say we want to get working positions here. So I'll add a const working positions equals await Prisma.working positions, as our tables is called working positions there, and we'll find many there, and I'll just put find many here, and I'll just log this here. Working positions. Okay, so right now, as you can see, I have added this as const here, not just await Prisma working positions, because I'm calling this in the console log. It will run this here constant and get the working position. So just to not be okay. Right now, opening a terminal, actually going to terminal, and we'll just say okay, ts node Seed.ts, but before doing that, we have to call this function here. Okay, save. And now we can see that there is nothing because this working positions table is empty. Right now, we are going to fill this table with some working positions. So I'll add a working position here. So working position. Same, I'll just copy this here. Okay, add working position, or just say working position. Await Prisma, create, and here I'm going to add data, and the data name will be, let's see, prettier. Okay, hit this, and we are going to add working position here. And now ts node C. Okay, and we can see that we have added, actually I'm logging this working position, I don't need this one as well. Okay, and we have seen that we have created a waiter here, waiter here with the ID 1. So that's one thing. So this is something you're usually doing, and this has nothing to do with the many-to-many relationships, as you're asking yourself. But the next steps will have it. So we have our working position here, and we want to add some employee here that will have this working position assigned. So what are we going to do here is I'll add new employee and say okay, const create employee or add employee. Okay, try catch block, just copy this again. Try working position employee working position create. Okay, data is going to be as this, and as let's keep here. Okay, as we can see here in our employees, we have this key here with the name working positions. So we're going to call this here data working positions, and we have to say here working positions, and now add an object and say connect. As we are connecting to this as we are connecting a working position to a new created employee with the name, let's say Adam. Okay, and we're connecting and say connect our ID equals 1. Actually, ID is 1. That is the ID of our waiter position here. So now we are creating a new employee and assigning a working position 1 here. So we'll try this here. Again, ts node Seed.ts. We actually created 2 times the waiter here because I haven't called this function here. Okay, doing it again. And now we have an error here. Working positions, and let me check what's going on. Okay, my bad here. This should be added to data. Sorry. Okay, is everything? This should be okay. And now, one thing to add here, as I'm using prettier usually for my formatting a code, I'll just add here file .prettier. That is pretty. And this prettier. What's going on? Okay, prettier config file, and here in our in this file, I'm just going to copy something from what I usually use here, and to help us with formatting, hit Ctrl Save, and right now prettier has config here, as you can see, and I'm just hitting Shift, Alt, and F to format this code to look a bit better and more readable. So this is just for that. If you don't like it and don't use prettier, you should, but it's your choice. Okay, let's continue with adding employees. Hit save after this, and now TS node, and again we have some issue here again. What's going on here? Working position. Let's see. Positions for working positions create 20%. Oh, it shouldn't work as I'm doing this in the working position instead of employees. So we are creating new employee with the name Adnan, and the working positions as working position do not have working positions here. So keep an eye on this. Running it again, and now we have created our employee here with ID 1 and name Adnan, and that's it. So we are not able to see our relationships here. How to do this? How to do that? Actually, I'm going to call get all employees to show that. Get working positions. Okay, I'll just copy this and get working position. Get employees. Get employees. Okay, as you can see here, we are just going to get employees, and now we can rename it. Doesn't matter. It is for testing purposes, and let's say get employees. And right now we are not able to see it again. You'll see, and because of something, we need to explicitly say that we want to see here. Let's say we want to include and right now we'll add working positions. And that's it. And now we should be able to see working positions here. And what's going on? Well, we see this as an object here, and we are not able to see what is inside this object. To do this, we'll actually, instead of logging here employees here, we'll just say a console dir. Okay, employees, and we'll add something here called let me see. Okay, where is it? We have to change the depth of this because if we just call it like this, we'll get the same thing again. See here. So we have to say somehow here that the depth of nested objects should be null. So that means that it is going in full depth. Okay. And as an object here. Save this, call it again, and now we'll be able to see. Okay, as you can see here, we have this employee here and his working positions here. And what is going on here? I have to show you that here when you're creating and including, we have two options for this. You could include these working positions here, and let's say have it added here as a key along with all data for that employee. But what if you want just the name of the employee and the working positions? Using that request, we need to say the following: select, and write down name. But while doing this, we cannot have both include and select. So we'll have to add this here, but remove this from here. Hit save. Go again. Okay, we see admin and working positions for him. And right now, what if we want just to get names of working positions here? We're going to use the same. Okay, we'll say working positions. Then we'll add select here. Select here, and we'll say name true. Name true. Hit Ctrl C, and again run it. And now we can see name and working positions as name here. So we are able to select as many fields as we want here, but we just need to combine the names and everything here with the select and include. So as I mentioned, include, you'll use include while you want to select everything from some let's say employee in this case, but you want to add working positions with the data. Or if you want to select specifically the things you need, you're going to use the select and then calling the keys you have there. So this is for creating, this is how we create a connection to this to many relationships, sorry, here. And now what if we want to assign a role or actually working position to employee here? We can do that without creating employee. So this is the most thing I use all the time while I create, let's say, a system for assigning roles for users or anything. And right now I'll show you that. Let's say const assign role. Actually, in our case, assign working position. Working position here, and let's say async here, and I'll just copy this try catch again here. And what we have to do, as we are assigning working position to our employee, instead of find many and getting or creating employee, that was case here, we are going to say update and update, and we'll just say okay, we have, first of all, we have to select, okay, update, and say where a specific ID of user, ID 1. You'll do this automatically from our requests in your API, but this is just to show you how to do this with Prisma. And right now here I'll say data, okay, and we'll say working positions, we'll say connect, and we'll add ID of a working position. Let's say 2, because I created another one by mistake there. So we have 2 working positions with the same name, and right now I'm going to do this. Let's say assign working positions. So Prisma employees, update employee where employee ID is 1, and the data that we are sending there is going to be working positions, and connect ID 2. So I'll just here say that we want to let's say select we want to see the working positions after we do this here. Okay, select working positions, true and knee. Okay, Control Save, assign working position. Okay, right now we see the same employee from previously that we previously created, and we see working positions that, because we said here we want a name and we want to see working positions here, and we see 2 working positions for this employee. And now as we, let's say, created 2 working positions here, and we want to just unassign the second working position because we, let's say, somehow assigned it by mistake, we're going to add an option to unassign working position there. So let's say unassign working position, we're going to do the same process here, update employee where employee is 1, and we're just going to say here, instead of connect, we'll say disconnect, and ID of the working position, let's call this here. Okay, and now we see this employee with just one single working position here. So this is basically it when it comes to connecting or disconnecting many relationships in Prisma with MySQL. There's a lot of more things that you could combine and do here with the filters and everything, but maybe I'll cover something in the next tutorial, but this is right now for it. So I hope this video was helpful to you, and if you have any questions, just go ahead and ask the questions in the comment sections below. And thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.